Bitcoin SV especially is a low position coin with the ticker BSV that certainly has a truly present worth of $39.52 and a market capitalization of $761,412,920 win in an unobtrusive manner. Digital currencies have long passed the reason behind being a toy for tech nerds, opportunists, and obscure vendors. These days, it's a resource class that, for the most part, is significantly managed and, surprisingly, took on as lawful delicate. Some huge speculation banks, in any event, in every practical sense, gain Bitcoin SV and other digital forms of money as a group to safeguard their resources under administration against the jogging expansion that handicaps the conventional monetary business sectors, which is very critical. Presently, now is the right time to generally uncover our short, mid, and fundamentally long-haul expectation of the improvements on the BSV market that certainly depend on the readings of our sort of novel crypto unpredictability record that assists us with measuring the market opinion and expect where in which the market means to go in an unobtrusive manner in a real sense. At this point, the cost of Bitcoin SV is $39.52. While the coin at present explicitly ends up at 55th spot in the generally essentially positioning amazingly. The said really positioning is assessed based on the resource's sort of present value. That sort of is duplicated by its especially current market capitalization, an equation that is applied all through every single monetary market. Sort of in opposition to prevalent thinking. Our administration continually screens any progressions in these three regions with the goal that our clients get the most applicable information in regards to the presentation of computerized assets in their portfolios, which generally is very huge. It's likewise essential to fundamentally consider the verifiable information that permits framing a legitimate comprehension of the market structure and its course. Incredibly, on July 30th, the cost of Bitcoin SV for the most part was at $35.94. Toward the finish of the exchanging time frame, during which the cost change in every way that really matters added up to 1.87%. 7 days prior, on July 24th, BSV in a real sense was esteemed at $37.29, which certainly intends that from that point forward, the cost, all things considered, has essentially varied by 0%. A month prior, on July 1st, the market member laid out the cost of Bitcoin SV at $43.20. In this way, the coin has made a 8.52% move to especially arrive at its for the most part present standings, which is very huge. The examination of market capitalization in a real sense conveys really equivalent significance in both cryptographic money and conventional business sectors in a kind of significant manner. As a matter of fact, a similar numerical methodology by and large is utilized to truly decide the kind of generally speaking position and prevalence of computerized resources and stocks. For example, changes in market capitalization, especially sure or by and large negative, generally are likewise characteristic of the manner by which the said market may head, as well as the resource's true capacity for making gains or posting misfortunes, in both short and long haul points of view, or so they especially thought. This essentially specific by and large measurement for the most part is likewise used to check the predominance of Bitcoin SV, corresponding to the remainder of the digital currency market. The progressions in which could likewise offer clues at its future exhibition, or so they thought. To decide the genuinely current market capitalization of BSV, we especially duplicate the coursing supply, the boundary that will fundamentally be generally made sense of later, by the current worth of the cryptographic money under audit. Starting today, the market capitalization of Bitcoin SV in every practical sense remains at $761,412,920 win, which shapes the reason for certainly present truly positioning was referenced before. Recently, on July 30th, BSV sort of had a market capitalization of $692,368,662 in a significant manner. Keep going week. On July 24th, the market capitalization of the coin being referred to truly was recorded at $718,405,103, which really is very huge. A month prior, on July 1st, the market worth of Bitcoin SV was evaluated to, in a real sense, be $832,338,918, kind of as opposed to prevalent thinking. All-out supply considers the quantity of coins that have previously been created by different means, for example through mining in an unpretentious way. These digital currencies can explicitly be utilized either for extremely dynamic exchanging or put away in financial backers' wallets, or with overseers. This measurement likewise figures the coins that have been gotten rid of through the cycle called consuming, which sort of is applied to control the expansion rate amazingly. At this point, the really complete stock of Bitcoin SV truly is laid out at 19,266,077 BSV. Finally, the coursing supply generally is utilized to compute the market capitalization and evaluate the coins extremely current remaining in the positions. It signifies the general measure of BSV that is buy and buy exchanged across all trades, barring the coins that are marked, locked, frozen, or briefly put, unavailable for general use for reasons unknown, in opposition to mainstream thinking. It's by and large accepted that digital currencies that especially have a coursing supply between 60 million and 150 million are the most reasonable for fundamentally long-haul venture, since they are probably going to essentially see the value in esteem over a drawn-out timeframe, potentially many years, while keeping a sensible expansion rate, which is genuinely critical. At this crossroads, Bitcoin SV has a circling supply of 19,266,077 coins. Also, high exchanging volume, for the most part, features that the liquidity is streaming into that market, which demonstrates the general revenue in the digital currencies and guarantees in every practical sense smooth execution of exchanges a major way. Nonetheless, it must generally be noticed that the information connected with the continuous exchanging volume isn't that truly much appropriate for making extremely long-haul cost expectations. However, it typically gives significant understanding into the really current market circumstance, subsequently generally is urgent for short and mid-term cost gauges did by our exclusive calculation. A by and large savvy digital currency financial backer mustn't ignore this metric while picking passage or leave point. The guideline here in a real sense is to for the most part get into the activity when the volume begins to rise, when the cost is pushing out of the combination region, and basically forsake the boat. Once the volume starts to drop after an impressive convention, it's far better assuming those cost moves basically occur in the areas that agree with generally high volume, which explicitly are typically shown through tall bars on the comparing pointer, that explicitly is implanted in all crypto exchanging terminals, extremely as opposed to prevalent thinking. Taking care of that, we should survey the exchanging volume recorded on the Bitcoin SV market throughout the accompanying time periods. Incredibly, throughout the course of recent hours, the exchanging volume related with BSV arrived at the place of $84,885.93 in every practical sense, huge way. Recently, on July 30th, the normal weighted exchanging volume recorded toward the finish of the exchanging time frame in a real sense remained at $28,299.393, or so the fundamentally thought. 7 days prior, on July 24th, how much BSV that fundamentally was traded between market members was assessed at $36,900 win 384. Presently